Breaking news out of Fairfield tonight, where we've just learned a 9-hour SWAT standoff is over. Police just confirmed the suspect was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot inside the home. Good evening, I'm Shannon Bernius.
And I'm Tony Lopez. Police surrounded a home off Springbrook Circle this afternoon after they got reports of someone shooting gunshots from a window. CBS 13's Anjali Hemphill. There she is live with what was a scene that just ended moments ago, Anjali.
Tony, crews are still in the cleanup stages out here after being here for most of the day, but just over an hour ago, police say they went into that home they surrounded and found the body of a man in an upstairs bedroom who appeared to have shot himself and died.
I got to kind of go to the window to see what it was, and the shot came ringing right through the window by me.
Kevin Haney was one of the first neighbors to call police when a bullet came whizzing through his dining room window as he was sitting down to lunch. This picture he took shows the broken glass.
I could see the shots coming out of the top window. They went on for about 20 minutes, about 50 to 60 shots. Sounded like a high caliber, powerful rifle.
Haney says someone in the house next door started popping off shots just after 1 this afternoon, firing several rounds from an upstairs window. Haney believes at least 3 of the bullets hit his home.
You couldn't see the barrel protruding or anything, so you can tell he was further back in the window, but you did see the glass shattering and the discharge flash from the barrel.
Police and SWAT surrounded the home and made several attempts to make contact with the person inside, including setting off flashbangs and tear gas.
It's a very quiet neighborhood.
Meanwhile, nearby neighbors were told to shelter in place or were not allowed back to their homes.
It's scary, I mean, because it's right here in your community, right in your backyard.
A usually peaceful neighborhood lit up with gunfire that also put neighbors in harm's way.
Well, it almost got me. I mean, literally 2 feet in front of me. But, you know, there's kids in the area. Luckily, they weren't out playing today or anything.
Now, police say while they made entry into that home, they encountered 2 dogs, one that was acting aggressive, they say, and unfortunately, they say they were forced to shoot and kill it. The other dog that was in that home is now with animal control.
What a long and frightening day. Anjali, thanks for that update from Fairfield. New tonight, a suspect police say went on a crime spree in Modesto is now behind bars. Investigators say the suspect robbed 2 people at gunpoint in 2 separate locations. This was the scene with guns drawn as they moved in. Now, before he showed his gun and running into a victim's home on Crater Avenue, a joint tactical operation team was sent in, and the suspect surrendered without incident. Police say the gun found was a pellet or a BB gun made to look real. New tonight, a little girl is brought back to life after nearly drowning. This happened in an apartment swimming pool. Witnesses say the young victim was found unresponsive at the bottom of the pool at the Palms apartment complex across from Cal Expo in Sacramento. She was not breathing and turning blue when she was pulled from the water by bystanders, who then began performing CPR.
It was scary, but we just kept working and working on her, and we didn't give up.
Everybody needs to go out right now and learn CPR. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
It's pool season, swimming season. You never know when you're going to need it, like today.
Witnesses say she appeared to be about 10 years old and had been playing in the pool with her family nearby.
Now to this, living on 68 gallons of water a day, not by choice. It's an order. A small California community is being forced by the state to dramatically cut back on water.
Outingdale is in El Dorado County near the Cosumnes River. CBS 13's Maria Medina is getting answers on what it's like to live your life on 68 gallons of water a day.
Well, it takes a gallon of water to brush your teeth, 4 gallons to wash your face and your hands. So living on a 68-gallon restriction per person per day has changed life here in Outingdale.
This is what we save the water in.
Mike Davidson is saving water like he's never done before.
And then we use this for either watering a few plants or mainly it's flushing toilets.
And he's not alone. Everyone who lives in Outingdale is changing the way they live. Booth Berquist takes a bath once a week.
I heat water on the stove to wash dishes. I use rinse water for my deck flowers.
A few weeks ago, the people of Outingdale got a letter from the El Dorado Irrigation District telling them each person could use 68 gallons per day. The only water they use must be for health or safety reasons.
And this happens to be one little place, which is dependent on the Cosumnes River.
Here's the problem. Cities within the El Dorado Irrigation District have multiple water resources, but here in Outingdale, they only have one, the Cosumnes River.
Panic? A panic because of my property.
Outingdale is a small cluster of homes tucked away in El Dorado County. Now they fear the trees will start dying and put their lives at risk if there's ever a fire.
Well, there's only one way in and out, So we're, pretty worried if it does happen.
Still, they've all adopted a new way of life because the cutbacks are mandatory. We wanted to know, how would living on 68 gallons of water per day be like? It takes 5 gallons to flush a toilet, 1 to brush your teeth, 4 to wash your hands and face, 36 to take a bath, or 26 if you shower. Washing laundry takes 45 gallons.
Can you continue to live like this for the next few months?
Well, I don't think I have a big choice.
And water meters will likely be read by next week. The irrigation district says it'll send letters to the highest users. They say the state's already checked in with them to see if they've been enforcing the water restrictions.
The orders until further notice. Right now, there's no consequences for not complying. The state would tell the El Dorado Irrigation District how to handle high water users. A $10 billion water bond proposal stalls in the Senate. Lawmakers failed to get the necessary 2/3 vote to advance it. State Senate President Pro Tem Darrell Steinberg says this was expected and plans to continue negotiations to push it through to the governor. He wants the new bond ready for approval by July 3rd. It would replace an $11 billion bond already on the ballot for storage and clean water programs.
Next weekend is one of the busiest boating days of the year in Sacramento, and police are pretty worried that low water levels may cause even more problems. The annual Rage on the River is scheduled for next Sunday. That's where hundreds of boaters gather near the confluence of the Sacramento and American rivers to party. Officers say the water levels are so low that most boats, including their own, can only go about a mile upstream, meaning more boats crowded into a smaller area.
We've had subjects with medical aid calls, and we have a hard time getting to that person with the medical aid issue because of such a large amount of people that are all grouped together and intoxicated.
So far this year, Sacramento police have responded to 3 drownings, and they say each has involved alcohol. Fear and tension are both growing by the hour in Iraq, with ISIS militants seizing city after city and town after town.
And during all this, a surprise visit from Secretary of State John Kerry. Let's go to Christina with more on his visit.
Well, with this crisis worsening daily now, Secretary Kerry made the unannounced trip to Baghdad. He met with Iraqi leaders, including embattled Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki. Now, Kerry said al-Maliki has agreed to a July 1st deadline to begin forming a new government, a requirement for U.S. support in fighting ISIS militants.
The support will be intense, sustained, and if Iraq's leaders take the necessary steps to bring the country together, it will be effective.
ISIS forces are closing in on Baghdad, controlling at least 70% of the Al-Anbar province, where U.S. troops waged a deadly battle against insurgents just a few years ago. The FBI says it is stepping up its crackdown of child sex trafficking operations in the U.S. FBI agents and local law enforcement surfed the internet and worked undercover to take down sex traffickers that are peddling children. This past week's operation included 106 cities nationwide, and police rescued 168 children and arrested 281 suspects on charges related to sexual exploitation of children.
They use fear, they use force, they treat children as commodities of sex that can be sold over and over again.
Here in the Sacramento region, the FBI made 7 arrests and recovered 9 juveniles. There were 13 arrests and 6 recoveries in the San Francisco area.
Christina, thanks. Tomorrow, federal investigators are expected to release a final report on last summer's deadly crash of Asiana Airlines Flight 214 at SFO. 3 passengers were killed when the jet slammed into a seawall. You can't forget these images. The NTSB has already determined the pilots were flying too low and too slow upon impact. Tonight, a CBS 13 exclusive. Hidden Cash is offering up his second clue about where he will hide cash in Sacramento.
He revealed his first clue only to us during the CBS 13 News at 5. CBS 13 Steve Large is live at the state capitol with the newest clue that you'll see only here. Steve?
Shannon and Tony, Hidden Cash here in Sacramento, and without further ado, let's get you this newest clue that you'll only see here on CBS 13. We'll begin with the clue first exclusively brought here on the CBS 13 News at 5 o'clock. I'm going to read that one off first and then follow that with the newest clue after that. The first clue, fill in the blanks for time and place. Fat blank, blank bird, blank nest. That was the first clue from 5 o'clock. The newest clue coming down just moments ago, SAC clue number 2, it reads, to go with clue number 1. 3 asterisk 2 word phrases. fill in the blank. So there you go, only on CBS 13, the newest clue just revealed right here live on our air. I had a chance in the last couple of hours to hit the streets of Sacramento as this hidden cash money trail started to take shape.
Read between the line for time and place. Fat bird nest.
They are the California capital's first clues. Fat bird nest.
The first thing that came to my mind is kind of stupid, but it was like a hamburger place.
I'm clueless. I don't even know.
Messages with hidden meanings.
Fat burgers.
Fat burgers, read between the lines?
Yeah, so you never know.
Whoever cracks the code will get free money from the man known as Hidden Cash. You've heard about this hidden cash phenomenon.
Right, everybody has.
Everyone's heard about it.
Yes.
And now you've logged onto Twitter and you're following Hidden Cash.
Yes, and I'm waiting for the clues.
A cash prize with no ATM pin needed. You're about to hit the ATM, get your hard-earned cash. What would a couple free $20 bills do for you?
Well, I love it. I mean, knowing that, I work here at Starbucks, I'm working at $9.14 an hour. Any kind of cash works and helps me out.
It won't cost you to play, but you will need to pay attention.
I think it's got to be a distinctive clue that probably stands out, whether it's like a logo or I'm not sure, maybe.
The wheels are turning.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, just on the off chance you missed it the first time around, we're going to show you these two clues from @Hidden Cash one more time here. Again, only on CBS 13. We brought you at 5 o'clock the first clue reading fill in the blanks for time and place. Fat blank blank bird blank nest. And just moments ago, clue number 2 that you are only seeing on CBS 13 reads SAC clue number 2 to go with clue number 1. 3 asterisk 2-word phrases fill in the blank. So that's what I have. That's all I can tell you. Hidden Cash is here in Sacramento, and the first couple of clues are here now.
Can I buy a vowel from you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a head scratcher.
It is. All right,
It's
Steve.
fun. Okay.
Thank you.
And with a payoff at the end.
Yep.